What the fuck is here? What the fuck is here? Derek Hardaway finally made it happen, finally got you. For the people who may not be familiar with you, let the people know who you are.
Yeah, my name Derek Hardaway from the Hundreds, Chicago, South Side, Roseland area. I'm a member of the Black Disciples back then as a kid, but I'm grown now doing different things. But you might know me from an incident that took place in 1994, which was the murder of Robert Yummy Sandifer, AKA Lil Young.
Oh, I kid. I should have strung that off this one. Pull that up.
I mean, a lot of y'all might know him from a picture Tupac had in an interview and movies I'm seeing and stuff like that on Tubi and other little networks. But I'm one of the ones that went to prison for the murder of Robert Young Sandifer.
So much I want to ask you, man. So much I want to get into. How did that come about, you being a BD?
Man, I used to walk out of my bedroom into my living room, and how our house set is on 105th. We could look right down Airbrook. So anytime I walked in my living room or came out my house, I'm just seeing the light shine different down there with those guys. And the things they was doing, the money, cars, the women, it caught my attention. And before you knew it, I was down the block in it.
Being a BD in the 90s, how was that like?
Man, we had some times. It's like we had structure, so it was things that we was allowed to do, things you couldn't do, but it was dope, man. Things we did, like we was kids doing grown man things. So it was dope, bro. There's so much I could speak on that, and I don't want to mislead people now, but back then, the 90s, man, it was so different. It was a lot of love, a lot of respect, and a lot of structure.
What was the crime rate like in the early 90s in Chicago?
Man, it was high. I think we was probably leading the nation back then. Definitely in the top 2 or 3, if not one.
Crazy, man. How did you first meet Yummy?
Man, I remember our little Yummy actually at a game meeting. And I'm looking at him like, he look young, you know what I mean? But there's also a few more of the members that looked young, but was 16 at the time, older than me in high school. So I thought he was older than what he was. Like, I asked him, he told me he was 16 because he used to be with one of the little guys that was 16 going to college. So until he was murdered, I thought he was 16.
He was from a neighborhood called Roseland, right?
Yeah, same neighborhood, Rosen, Wild Hunters. Man, it's like we ain't have neighborhoods. We wasn't from the low end where we had a whole project buildings, the buildings lining up. We on one block and our ops literally on the next block. So we going to school together, and the school we go to in the ops block in their neighborhood. So we got to fight them all the way back to Cottage Grove to get to our side, and yeah, it was wild. Shooting across the street from each other, down the street from each other at times. Yeah.
You're one sentence away from launching your website with Base 44. Since the beginning of the internet, there's never been such a fun, fast, and intelligent way to launch online. Landing pages, content hubs, e-commerce sites, you describe it and it's built in minutes. It's kind of wild how far a short prompt can get you. Right away, it generates a full site. Pages, structure, layout, design, it's all there. Next, styling. I shape it around my taste and ask for what I like. Darker palette, different font, this is the vibe. Now let's talk functionality. I want to capture emails, done. I need payments, easy. Anything else I need, I just keep going. From a few lines of text to a live website I can start sharing. No long setup, no back and forth, no waiting for anybody else. That's Base 44.
If you didn't go to the ER after a car accident, you could still be owed a huge check. No, seriously, I didn't go to the ER and still got paid $82,000.
So when you first met Yummy, it was at a game meeting. How did both of y'all relationship progress from there?
I used to see him all the time, and it'd pretty much be in traffic, you know what I mean? So it's like I knew he was official. And he used to be on this little hustle, and me too, we was all doing the same thing. We in the streets, we selling drugs, or you're breaking into something, but you was doing something to generate some type of money. That's what was instilled in us, like a hustle. But that led to, me talking to him, you one of the guys, so we all brothers gonna communicate, and you see what he got going on, and one hand wash the other.
Yeah, I heard as a kid he was getting abused.
That's the thing, is like, once I got to hearing all the stuff that was portrayed on the news, this was things I never seen nor heard of until after he was murdered, and it's like, where this come from? So the abuse they talk about, I think I heard him being burned with cigarettes and whips and stuff. I don't remember none of that.
Who was he living with?
He lived with his grandmother. We was kids, so I ain't know like the signs and none of that or look at that, but I don't remember seeing no type of open burn wounds on him or none of that type of stuff.
Yeah, I heard it was a lot of people living in the house he was living at.
Man, that was our neighborhood. A lot of people live with everybody. We had families where it's 15 to 25 people under the same roof. And everybody was good, but During those times, it's like, I say we had structure. If your family was in need and needed a place to go, you had a little space, y'all come on.
What were some of the things that Yummy was doing that you can remember? Because they say he was a wild kid.
I mean, he was definitely like, to me, I ain't gonna say wild because we all was doing it. But man, he stole cars, you know what I mean? You needed some rims or some sounds, that's what he do. But if it's war or anything like that, it was whatever, with whoever. And he definitely loved guns. I can't say he didn't, you know what I mean? He was fascinated with them, and he would bust you if you get outside your body with him. So he wasn't, I don't want to make him seem like he was a demon, you know what I mean? But he just wasn't going. If you threatened or made him feel scared, it's like, rather you than me. That was our mentality.
Crazy, man. Did he go to school?
Yes. We all went to school, and that was one thing about back in the 90s that I say so great. We was young, you know, and we was to be at school. You couldn't get caught doing school hours outside. So the guys saw you outside doing school hours, they own you, like, why you ain't in school? And finna tap you up a little bit and send you to school. Even if you run and get away and you get caught up with later on after school hours, they gon' do what they do because you supposed to been at school. So if he was ditching school, like me, I literally go to school and leave up out of school early. So he did it, I did it. It was mandatory though, in a sense, for us to be at school.
So how did that work if somebody wanted him to steal a car? Take me through that.
I mean, you just let them know what you want. If you want like some hammers and bows back then, some sounds, wherever he go get it from, he gonna bring it to you. Ain't no, I'm gonna take the sounds out or take the wheels off. He gonna bring you the car, here you go, and go ahead. You give him his money and he good.
That's wild. 11 and stealing cars. How was these meetings like? These BD meetings?
Pretty much everything we was doing in the streets, how we going about doing it. Getting money, trying to, you know, get a little bit more land. War, somebody got into it, somebody got killed. It's like anything that went on within this week's time, this is where we discussing everything.
And when y'all was having these meetings, they would tell y'all what they wanted y'all to do for that upcoming week, right?
If something needs to be done, you know what I mean, it depending on what it is, what we got going on. So some might be spoke about with everybody here, and you might get pulled to the side and spoke to one-on-one.
I want to go back to his age. I know you made a comment about how you felt like he was 11. How was he built? Did he look like an adult?
To me, yes, because I have a sibling that has Turner syndrome. So when she was 21, she was looking like she was 10, 11. And I remember we used to get pulled over, and even at 21, she sounded like a little girl telling the police, I'm 21, and had to show her driver's license. So for me having a sibling, and I didn't know she had Turner syndrome until I was overgrown, but this my sister, I know she grown, but she looked like a kid.
And I heard he was driving at 11, right?
Yeah. He knew how to drive. And back then, it's like, we had our hypes, you know, we used to call them dope fiend rentals. They want to get high, they ain't got no money, let us use your car. So everybody had their own car or they was renting a car, and that's what we wanted to do, we wanted to drive. So it was so easy to get a car back then at any age. Them people didn't care as long as they got what they wanted, you know what I mean, to get high, here go the keys. And they had 2, 3 cars flying through the blocks and stuff like that, you know, just to be seen, hey, I'm young, I'm driving, whatever. It's things we did as kids.
How was he personality-wise? Like, was he what people portray him to be, or?
I think it was a little bit of all of them. Because, like, I knew him differently from other people. So the relationship we had, you know, we members, we brothers. So we ain't never got into it or had no altercation or nothing like that because that wasn't instilled in us. But with other people, hey, you get what you're looking for. And he kept one with him pretty much, so.
Was people scared of him?
Actually, they was. They was. Just because they probably, you know, saw him younger than the age I saw him at and thinking about it like, this a kid with a gun that's willing to shoot it, so he a threat. Not to like, what I mean by he a threat, he dangerous. So you young, you know what I mean? Like think about it now. They call them YNs now. And they're a lot older than what Yomi was back then, so same thing. To me, probably it's the same thing.
I heard he was bullying the kids his age.
Man, it could have been true. Because that's a part of him. It's like, he wants something, he want it. If you got it, he gonna get it.
Did he ever try to press you?
Nah. I don't think he ever tried none of the members. Because it's like, it was a different type of love back then. You know what I mean? And why would you press me when you can come ask me for something? You know what I mean? You know if I get it, I'll get it to you, so. Nah.
Have you personally seen him check somebody before?
Yeah.
Check this out. I'm going to show you how I afforded this car. Okay, you ready? All right, $118 for car insurance. That's how much I was paying, okay? I picked up the car a few months ago and watch this, ready? $97 premium, $20 were my fees.
Well, we was at Palmer Park on 111, and I can't remember what I was coming through there. I think I was going to talk to a lady friend of mine down there at the time, but him and one of the little guys from 119th was together, and they had told me they had got into it with some dudes a few days ago, and while they let me know what was going on, here come the car. And I'm not knowing it's a car, and he took off on him. He chased the car and trying to gun it down.
When did it get to a point where he was becoming too loud, like his reputation? Like everybody around the neighborhood knew who he was, and
But actually, I heard his name before I knew who he was. So, man, say about 93. Now, first, like, the summer 93, right before school was starting back when I first started to hear his name. It's like the things he was doing. So, the shootings, getting into it with people and how other people fan him, and I heard, you know, but I ain't worried, you know what I mean? Just one of the guys. I just wanted to meet him and know who he was, you know what I mean? And he right up the street from me. I'm on 105th, he on the 8 ball, so we right here.
the older BDs was sending y'all on missions, right?
I'm gonna be honest, I think he was doing a lot of stuff he was doing on his own. For me, knowing him and knowing how he is, you know, we was all bad, but he was, I'm gonna say more known for the things he did. We was taught to keep our stuff under our hat, you know what I mean, not to have it out in the streets, but he all out there with it. So his name, you know, got the ringing in the neighborhood, and hey, now people looking at you and watching you and fearing you. Like, it got to a point where some people, you know, his name was that big to me. If I ain't know him, I recognize him, I want to go the other way. That's how his name was in the streets. I don't even want to go past him, I'll go the other way. And not that I'm scared, it's just I know he ain't going and I ain't going either. So I just reroute.
I heard that the older BDs, they had y'all running drugs.
Yeah, we all did. That's what started me. Another thing, I was, 10 when I first started running drugs. It's like before school, I go over here, get the drugs, take it to the spot, get the money, go to school. After school, I drop the money off, get my little chop, I'm gone. And this every day.
How much would your cut be?
I get $50. But I was 10. By the time I'm 12, I'm on my own, basically.
And they had y'all doing shootings, right?
That was, I don't want to put it like they, go shoot. You see what I'm saying? Because that wasn't what it was. But in a sense, yes. Like I said, we from the hundreds. Some stuff can happen on the low end, you know what I mean, on 45th or 39th somewhere. BDs, GDs, or BDs, whoever get into it. It's a war now. And that leads pretty much throughout the city. So once the war started, it's on with all y'all everywhere. So that's how it was back then. Because like you could be warned with this mob and they right here 2 blocks down and you into it with another mob that's a block over here.
Crazy lifestyle, man. I heard that Yummy, he got arrested a lot.
Yeah. I didn't know he had that many arrests either. It was like 5 or something like that?
Yeah, they say it was over a dozen times he got arrested.
No, I think it was in the 20s. I want to say, yeah, I think it was in the 20s. But I got a lot of arrests. And like, it could be 4 of us back then in the 90s, we going to jail, what they call that, mob action or something back then. So you and 3 of your friends can literally be leaving school from basketball practice and walking home together because y'all got to go the same way, and here come the police locking y'all up for mob action. Saying I think it was 3 people, more than 3 was going to jail. So 3 of my friends are gonna be on this side of the street and I'm gonna be over here walking by myself. It's like, nah. Man, we was juveniles and it's like, you get caught with some drugs. I got caught with drugs, guns, dope fiend rentals. You know, we renting the cars, but once we get caught in them, it's a stolen car. I'll probably be in the police station 3 or 4 hours. Because as soon as they process me, they'll call my parents, they come get me, they release me to my parents with a court date.
You think he felt untouchable with everything he was getting away with?
No. I don't think he felt untouchable. No, I know he knew people feared him, you know what I mean, but I don't think he felt untouchable.
You think he was abusing his power because everybody was afraid of him?
I think he abused it a little bit. He definitely, I'm gonna say he definitely abused it a little bit because we weren't raised, you know what I mean, to prey on the weak. And there was some dudes back then that had some money where you can easily take it. So why not? And that's pretty much what he was doing. Like, you don't deserve this money, you know what I mean? Because you ain't gonna do nothing about it, so let me get it. I really think B could have probably robbed a motherfucker without a gun. Like Dad says. And one due to how he was, and then again, it's a lot of weakness out there that, like I say, don't deserve it.
The little girl that was 14 that got killed, Siobhan Dean. Can you give me the backstory behind that?
I'm gonna go and let the world know.
I like making my podcast. I don't like making short clips of my podcast. So the AI chooses the best clips, like maybe this one.
Right now?
Yeah, because it knows what
That day and what happened with Siobhan, and Yummy taking the rap for it, he ain't shoot her. So y'all hearing it from me, he did not shoot her. He shot someone else. And this guy ain't know that Yummy was the one that shot him. Somebody told him that. But he actually shot this dude. But that day he didn't do that to Siobhan. He wasn't a shooter.
Who was Siobhan Dean?
She was a young lady in the neighborhood. Respectable young lady. But it's one of those, I ain't gonna even say wrong place, wrong time. It's just the person they was shooting at, Missy, just happened to be out there.
The day that Siobhan was shot, can you take me through that day? Like, how was that like? I know that had to be crazy around the neighborhood, right? I mean, I'm sure word got around, and I know that had to be crazy.
It's not me finding out, I was there. So it's like we in the house, we hearing the shooting, we come outside and the hell going on? And he told us like, man, I caught a dude trying to creep through. I didn't know he was on, and immediately he get up out of there. Now, minutes later, another shooting happened. Come to the front, somebody down there they said got shot. I ain't see, you know what I mean, her body laying out there, none of that. It's like when we came up here, what's going on up here now? It was like they was busting at a few peoples and somebody got shot, and it's like, D, get the hell from up here, man. I got from up there.
Is her family still around Chicago?
I don't know that. But they got a beautiful picture of a mural on 108th and Wentworth. I think it's a garden there they got set up for us. It's nice. But I don't know if her family around or not.
Terrible incident. How was the aftermath after that? I heard he went into hiding, right?
Yeah.
This nigga sound like Sean Cotton, like say cheese.
Yeah, he was being moved around different places. I mean, it was hot. I'm talking about the police, everybody just constantly hitting the blocks. It was hard to get money, you know what I mean, to really do anything, because now the media and they looking for folks, you know what I mean, they tearing everything down, pulling everything over, looking for them.
Damn. So it was a whole manhunt.
Yeah. They actually had some man looking for him.
Did you know where he was hiding at?
Yeah. He was with one of the guys' mother. And once the stuff like hit the news, that's when he got to go. Can't be here.
Where did he go after leaving her place?
Well, I didn't know where he was going to. He bounced from there till I ran into him. And I actually ran into him on our block, on 106th, or 105th, 106th.
How was that interaction like?
It was like, what are you doing out here? Like, when I ran into him on the block, not in no house, you outside. And I'm knowing how the police tearing these blocks down looking for him. Like, what is you doing out here?
You remember what he said?
He said he wanted to go home. Them was his words, I want to go home. And the members he was with, mother actually went to contact his grandmother.
Did she do it?
Yeah, they actually did it, because I take off and later on when I came back, I had spoke to her. And the lady that went and called her and his grandmother was right in front of the house, and I actually spoke to her. And they was looking for him then.
From your point of view, what was the turning point that led to his death?
I had thought about that for a while, and I can't see, like, even like him being who he is, you know what I mean, that happened. Coming from the guys, you know what I mean, I can't see that. That's way above me. You know, you hear things over the years and stuff like that, especially in the jail, and I can't even speak on it. You know, everybody got their opinion. So I'm hearing things, but at the same time, it's how you know this too. Because you're telling me something, but at the same time, how you come across this information.
What were some of the things you was hearing?
So I'm gonna give you one of them that it's supposed to have been a hit that came down the line through the mob. And from my understanding and how we was raised back then, you know what I mean, what was instilled and taught to me, it's like not never. That ain't come down nowhere.
Did you and Yummy have any issues?
Not never. We ain't never had no altercations, bump heads, and none of that, you know what I mean? Because I'm from 105th, he from 108th. So I had my circle, he had his circle. And at times we linked, and we linked a lot. You see what I'm saying? But not enough for us to be bumping heads and nothing like that. You know what I mean? You see your guys like, man, what's happening? What y'all on? And all right, let's do this here.
Let me ask you this, right? I know you don't want to speak about Yummy getting killed, but what led to that incident between you and Yummy?
What led to that?
The gold is real, but so is the danger.
Come on, baby.
That'll do nicely.
No. $1.18? Holy.
Me? What happened when it never happened? You see what I'm saying? So it's like, whatever caused that wasn't me, and I can't really say like this led to it or that led to it, because it'll be my opinion and what I'm thinking. So it's like that night shouldn't have never happened at any circumstance. And the build up to it or whatever led to be ending his life being taken that night should have never transpired.
Was it a buildup?
I don't think so, because only problem was, it really wasn't a problem, was the police and the heat. But you know, you're gonna still maneuver, but it's nothing that should have led up to that.
How was you able to find him that night? Because I know he was in hiding at that time, right? Over the 14-year-old girl that got killed?
He was on the block. So he was outside on the block. All right, and one thing I do want to say is what happened that night, I don't want to go into details because I don't want to disrespect his family or, you know, offend no one. But I am going to say that should have never happened.
How did they find out y'all did it?
Me seeing him and talking to him that night, being with him, actually leaving with him. And his grandmother was told that, I guess the police was told that, and they came and rushed the crib, snatched me up. What happened? They say you was the last one seen with him alive, so either you did it or you know who did it. Back then, hey, keep your mouth closed. Well, they arrested me by myself. I'm talking about, I remember I'm laying on the couch and my old man opened the door. And I'm hearing a white voice like it's Craig Hardaway or Derek Hardaway here. I'm like, don't nobody come in this door, especially asking for us by our full names like that. They would be like, see, I dig, you know what I mean? And I looked out the curtains, man, it was like, like no exaggeration, maybe 8 homicide officers in my front yard. And we had bars all around our first floor, so it's, I know they homicide, but why are they here? Ask for me and bro. ran upstairs to try to like jump out the back window to run through the alley. It's about 6 to 8 more of them out there. They had the whole house surrounded, man. You thought we had a bomb in there or bin Laden or some shit. Like, they was everywhere. Locked me up, took me to the police station, questioned me for hours, beat the shit out of me multiple times. Yeah. Like this is, remember when it first started, I was beating on the door. And they had me behind a locked door. I'm beating on the door, hey man, I'm ready to go home, let me up out of here. And I'm not knowing like who on the other side of the door. But my homie mother was on the other side of the door and she actually heard the first ass whooping. But I'm looking under there and I'm seeing all these feet running to the door and I had to jump up so the door don't swing and hit me. And they told me you might run some on the streets, but we the biggest gang in the world. This is the police telling me this, that I might run some on the streets, but they the biggest gang in the world. And I don't run shit here. And they finna show me. They closed that door and beat the fuck out of me. I stayed in that police station on the 111, man, all day. No phone call, I couldn't talk to my peoples. They wouldn't let my peoples come see me. It's just me locked to this. Well, after they whooped my ass, they chained me to the wall. I'm just stuck and different people coming in, trying to talk to me and things like that. And hey, I ain't got nothing to say. Ain't nobody saying nothing about me sitting here beat the fuck up, but y'all want to keep asking me questions. Detectives came back, they whooped my ass again. As a kid, bro, they even thinking about them ass whoopings making me mad. From the day they arrested me, I ain't get released at all. I did all them years. So 14, just graduating 8th grade in prison. From the Audi home to St. Charles to Little Joliet to the maximum penitentiaries and maybe 10 more of them off.
Did you go to trial for that? How was that like?
Man, it was wild. It's like, I'm used to walking out the courtroom. You know what I mean? Not going back through the back door. So once they told me I had like a month continuance, I'm thinking I'm finna leave with my OG and my old man. They to be held in custody. Oh, what? And after that, I'm charged as a juvenile. So at that time, I was facing a maximum of 7 years because they only could hold me till I was 21. But then again, they went and did a 504 hearing or something and charged me as an adult. So now I'm not looking at juvenile time, I'm looking at grown man time. And that's what they sentenced me to, 45 years. At 16 years old, they telling me I gotta go to jail for 22 years. I'm not even 22 yet. You want me to do more time in prison than I done live? It is what it is.
How was it like being in prison for that? What, does people try to come at you for killing a kid?
Man, you got a lot of people that was fascinated with the case, you know, wanna be around you or, you know, kick it with you and stuff. And it's, I don't know you, watch out. But
Base 44 Super Agent is the catalyst for my growth. It's gonna take me to the next level.
My agent, her name is Amber.
My super agent's name is Pluto.
Stanley Startup.
Millie Marketing.
Trixie. Well, I decided to call him Slata because
it teaches you how to adapt. Because each prison, even from juvenile to the adult, each prison is something different. Then you're dealing with multiple personalities. And we the worst of the worst. As society sees, we criminals. So I got to deal with me and my issues, and at the time, it's 111 other people over here with me I got to deal with, and whatever they going through. So you learn to adapt to your environment and be in survival mode.
How was that like for you when you heard that Tupac, he confronted gang members in a crowd when he was performing in Milwaukee over Yummy Duff?
I can't remember, it might have been Milwaukee, but it was one of these southern states, Indiana, Milwaukee, one of them, but it wasn't that he was dissing the BDs, he was dissing Chicago. And he took this case and put it on Chicago, and not realizing the majority of the people up here in your audience is from Chicago. So he's supposed to offended them, well, offended us, from Chicago, and we're gonna show you what it is. And they tried to get on his ass up there. Man, I think I was still fighting the case when I heard about that. Yeah, I think I was still fighting my case when I heard about that. What year he died? 95?
96.
96, yeah, I was still fighting my case. So I wasn't even found guilty yet or nothing. I was in the Audi home still in Chicago. We left it in Hamilton hearing about that.
What was your reaction to it?
Shit, my reaction, I would have been there. I would have been on his ass too. You disrespecting not just the guys, you disrespecting the city. You know what I mean? This ain't no BD thing. You disrespecting the whole city.
When did you first see the prison interview that Tupac did where he had the yummy picture in the background?
I first saw it once when I got home. So it was probably 2017 when I saw it. But I seen like pictures of it, I want to say in magazines and stuff like that. And his music, like I ain't gonna stunt, I love pop music. I still bump his shit right now, but I think it was Me Against the World when I heard him first mention the shout out to Yummy. He said Tasha Harden, Lil Yummy Sandifer, and somebody else, I think. I'm like, wow.
When you heard him shout him out, how did that make you feel?
Like, I love that. You know what I mean? He made his name even bigger in a sense, brought attention to folks' names. So I love that.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, I think Pac, he felt like Yummy was being used by grown-ups. You feel that way when you look back at it in hindsight?
I'm gonna say he was influenced by grown-ups. As was I. It's like I say, that's what got me into the streets, you know what I mean? Being a Black disciple. That sight, that influence is like, you see that respect certain people get, the power, the money, you know what I mean, the cars, the attention is like, I want that. And this time I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna say it like this. That whole situation, I was put in a situation where I shouldn't even been put in. But out of love, it's like, I don't have a choice. So the love in me got me in that situation. And I be thinking about it, man. I thank God on everything that had happened in my life. You know what I mean? Because the route I was going, I don't think I'd be here now. So in a sense, it's like prison changed my life, and it set me down long enough to really accept that change. Because after 5 years in there, it's like my attitude ain't changed. 10 years in there, it changed a little bit, but I know if I go home, I'm gonna be right back on it. So I count my blessings, I'm gonna put it like that. Man, to this day, bro, like I still think about that night and what happened, you know what I mean? Because that shit shouldn't have happened, but it eats me up at times. Sometimes it's harder not to think about it than it is at times, it ain't, but your mind drift, and I just ended up doing 6 days in the county jail, and it's like, it took my mind back to that mentality, and it mentally, on some real shit, yeah, it affects me. It affects me every day. Even with my son, I'm like, man, my son finna be 11. I'm finna lose my son. I'm in prison, but these are thoughts that go through my mind as well as a whole lot of other thoughts, man. Just learn to bottle that shit up and keep it moving.
How many near-death experiences you had, you being a BD in the 90s? And I mean, the crime rate was insane back then.
Yeah. Actually, it's like, man, I have a lot of near-death experiences. I'm gonna speak upon one of them. Rest in peace to my homie JB, but bro be off the pills. And y'all probably saw the video of him on 116 in Halsted. And he punched a lady like on my grandma, and they blasting him on that. But he had tweaked one night and we got into it and it was up there, but I don't think it should have went as far as it went. You know what I mean? We exchanged hands for a quick minute, it's over with. And that shouldn't have happened, but like I say, bro was off the pill, he's tweeting, he got the shooting at me. And another time, my brother actually too, we was coming back from family day from out of town, and man, it was like 17-hour drive. No, not that long, but it was a nice drive, driving back from Massachusetts, and we left late. And I know I'm laying there, and he swiped the side rail. It was like a little hill, mountains be coming around, and yeah, it scared the shit out of me then.
Do you get noticed around Chicago over that Yummy incident?
Yeah, I'm gonna keep a reputation, you know what I mean? Because it's just who I am, but it's different now. People recognize me, you know, because they know my face from way back then and other interviews, things like that. So they recognize me, and a lot of them, hey man, welcome home. I've been home going on 10 years, you know what I mean? But I still appreciate that, you know, welcome home, you did your time, it's good to be free. But now it's like, man, D out the way. That's it. I don't bother nobody. My circle's small. Man, I'm working. I'm trying to start this business and get this business off the ground and, hey, stay out the way.